Killers of the Flower Moon. It's an event, and it's great to go to an event like an amusement park.
Hi guys, Ben's Flower Moon channel here. Fresh Scorseeze dropped this week, and yeah, it's good.
It's good. It's a good movie.
Good movie. I enjoyed myself.
This is very unsurprising considering that he hasn't really made a bad film in the 21st century, with the exception of The Aviator, which is of course one of the most boring films ever made. Either way, this video will be what we'll call a bar, or a basic-ass review, so yeah, let's dive in. Starting with the performances, Senior DeCap came through with some proper acting, as he does.
I do love that money, sir.
He's pretty much proven himself to be incapable of being bad in a movie at this point, and yeah, De Niro was in his guess I'll give a shit mode, which is always great and tends to happen when he works with Scorsese and, doesn't star in Meet the Parents 5. Narratively, the movie takes a bit to get going, but once it does, it's certainly engaging. It's basically DiCaprio running a scam and things getting progressively more messed up. The editing was good, some nice flourishes, things like having a line of dialogue along the lines of, "They're savages!" and then hard cutting to oil violently shooting out of the ground in the next shot. Stuff like that is always appreciated, especially when 90% of movies can't be bothered to have any personality in the way they're cut. Similarly, I also enjoyed the sound mixing and editing. A lot of rain in the background of certain scenes really adds to the mood.
Rain assaults the ground.
As for the music, it was good, albeit a bit repetitive. Like, I kind of wish there were more score motifs in a film that's almost 3.5 hours long. One of them is this kind of groovy bass line in F-sharp minor, with some bluesy guitars straight out of Zeppelin 1 or 2, occasionally dropped over it.
That's quite a cool riff, actually. You wrote that? That's really good.
And it was good stuff, though I kind of just wish that they didn't use it what felt like 10 to 15 times, and that it didn't constitute what felt like 60% of the film's music. The cinematography was solid, though certainly nowhere near Rodrigo Prieto's best work, who is also the DP on Silence, among other films, which, in my opinion, is a contender for the best-looking Scorsese film, and one of the best-looking films of the last decade. He's also the DP for the Cardigan music video, which also looks fantastic. Either way, very solid shot composition, solid use of space within the frame. Not sure if the lighting necessarily blew me away. Some of the exterior shots, especially near the beginning, looked kind of unnecessarily washed out and desaturated, and not in a way like The Witch, where it adds to a dreary tone. It just kind of made it look inconsistently unappealing at times. And yeah, I don't have a ton more to say about this film, though on a final note, mild spoilers, even though it has nothing to do with the plot. These based on a true story movies always have to end with endless text about where the characters ended up, basically giving an abbreviated Wikipedia page, and it's tedious and boring every single time. This film attempts to switch things up by having a radio show host talking about the aftermath of the characters, and we also get a Scorsese cameo where he jumps in and just starts spouting off Wikipedia bullet points. I'm 95% sure he already had a voice cameo earlier in the film, and in both instances it was really distracting, and certainly didn't work nearly as well as his cameo in Taxi Driver. Also, not really a spoiler, but the scene where De Niro is punishing DiCaprio in a Masonic lodge was kind of hilarious to me. Mostly because I was just thinking, yeah, probably just another Wednesday afternoon for Leo. And the scene is made even better by De Niro saying the line, "I'm a 32nd degree Freemason." And I'm just like, yeah, sounds about right. Either way, Masonic bilge and small gripes aside, solid film. Apparently I'm supposed to think this is one of the greatest things ever made, and yeah, it's good. It's not There Will Be Blood. It's not Taylor Swift The Eras Tour.
Both of which are masterpieces.
Everything about it was good, but I just can't point to a single aspect that was outright exceptional for me. Also, the 3.5-hour runtime, while not being a complete slog, does not really justify itself in the same way that something like Lawrence of Arabia does. Easily could have been 2.5 hours. When everything is said and done, it's probably my 14th favorite Scorsese movie, but that really just speaks to the overall quality of his filmography more than anything.
Good movie. I enjoyed myself.
Anyways, look forward to a double review next week for Anatomy of a Fall and Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I'm seeing them in the same week, and there's no way in hell that I'm doing 2 videos. They're very similar films and can easily be reviewed in the same video. Anyways, leave your thoughts on Killers of the Flower Moon, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and comment whatever your top 5 Scorsese films are. Thanks for watching. Bye!
How are we gonna know that he's the murderer? I'm a murderer!
I had to pee for at least 2.5 hours of this 3.5 hour long odyssey, and I never got up to take a break.
What do you want, a fucking medal? What do you want me to fucking say?